I've tested a lot of lights for filmmaking, different shapes, different power levels, different color accuracy and very different price points. Over time, I've built a lighting kit that's simple, reliable and easy to bring on real shoots, whether I'm filming in my studio or on location. Recently, I came across a light from Neewer that really surprised me. It's not perfect, but it's versatile and practical enough that it's earned a permanent spot in my kit. In this video, I'll break down why this light stays in my setup, how it performs in real-world shooting situations, not just on paper, and whether it's actually worth your money. So, let's jump right in. If you're new to this channel, my name is Vitas, and in just 5 years I went from zero to shooting music videos professionally. Today we are taking a look at this light from a company called Neewer. Just a quick thing before we continue, Neewer did send me this light, but this video is not sponsored. I'm free to share my honest opinion, and everything I'm saying here is based on my own experience. And to be honest, I lost this light on the first shoot I ever took it on, right after I got it. So I bought it again with my own money. Not my proudest moment, but things happen on set. And that also tells you something. If I didn't like this light, I wouldn't have replaced it. At least I left the carrying case at my studio, so now I have two. So first practical tip of the video, always keep an eye on your stuff. And even better, make a checklist of everything you bring on a shoot. It will save you money, trust me. Okay, let's start with what you get in the box. First, the carrying case. It's always good to see a case included, even though I rarely use individual cases on real shoots. Bringing 5 different soft cases just slows things down. I usually pack everything into one larger bag and move fast. That said, this case feels solid. It's well made and offers good protection. The only downside is the soft padding inside. It keeps the light secure, but it also makes it slower to take the light out when you're in a hurry. It's a small thing, but on set, speed matters. Next, the 3-meter-long USB-C cable. This might sound boring, but on real shoots it's genuinely useful. I'll get into power later, but this one of those small inclusions that actually makes a difference. And thankfully, I kept the cable from the unit I lost. So now I have two, which turns out to be very handy. You also get a basic stand adapter and a Bowens mount reflector. Yes, a full Bowens mount on the light this small. That's a big deal. And of course, the light itself. I don't really judge a light by what comes in the box. What matters to me is how it behaves on set, how fast I can work with it, how flexible it is, and whether it earns a place in my kit over time. So let's talk about the light itself. First, the form factor and build quality. The square shape packs well and doesn't waste space in camera bag, and for the amount of output you're getting, it's relatively compact. The build quality feels really solid and it weighs at around 1 kilogram, but the thing I genuinely appreciate here is the power button. It's a proper physical on-off switch. No long presses, no double clicks, I just love it. When you are working quickly, that kind of simplicity matters. You flip the switch and the light is on. That same approach carries over the controls. I'm honestly tired of relying on apps just to change basic settings, and on set, digging through menus or phone screens slows everything down. Here, everything lives on the light itself. 4 buttons and 1 pressable dial. After a short time, it becomes muscle memory, and you stop thinking about the interface altogether. There is an app, and for some setups it makes sense, especially if you are controlling multiple lights or the unit is mounted very high. But the key point is this: the app is optional, you don't need it to use the light properly, and that's how it should be. One more thing worth mentioning here is the fan noise. This light does have an active fan, but in practice it's very quiet. There's also a quieter low power mode, where fan noise drops even more. I've used this light for interviews and talking head setups without any issues, and it never caused problems for audio. That makes it far more usable than some other compact lights in this category. Okay, controls aside, the real question is, does this light actually look good? And this is where it performs better than you might expect for its size and price. The wide color temperature range covers everything from warm tungsten tones to cool daylight. Color accuracy is solid and skin tones hold up well on camera. You also get full RGB control, which makes it easy to match practical lights, add color accents, or build stylized looks without gels. For a light this compact, the output and color flexibility are really strong. This is real usable light, not just specs on a product page. If I had to boil this light down to two core features, it would be the built-in battery and the full Bowens mount. Together they make this light far more flexible than most compact options. I shoot a lot of projects solo, mostly music videos, and I'm often working on locations without reliable power, so flexibility matters to me. On the internal battery I get roughly an hour at full power and closer to an hour and a half in quieter low power mode. That's plenty for most setups, and if you need, you can power it from a power bank or external source. And because of the Bowens mount, I can use real light modifiers like softboxes and reflectors to properly shape the light. That combination is exactly why this light keeps ending up in my bag. Now, there are a few limitations worth mentioning. To get the full 80 watts, the light needs a high-power external source, and the charger itself isn't included in the box. So if you are filming outside, don't expect to run it at full output without additional power. Another small thing, large changes using the dial can feel a bit slow. It's not a deal breaker, but you'll notice it if you are moving fast. And finally, more of an idea than a complaint. I sometimes wish lights had something like an articulating screen, just like cameras, right? Checking battery levels or settings when the light is high on the stand would be much easier. Maybe that's a dumb idea, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Now let's talk about price. Depending on where you buy it, this light usually sits around $200 to $240 or something less on sale. At that price you are getting full RGB, solid output, a built-in battery, full Bowens mount and quiet operation. There are competitors in 60 watt range, but many of them sacrifice either output, battery flexibility or modifier compatibility, and stepping into higher end brands pushes the price up very quickly. So for what it offers, this light lands in a very reasonable middle ground. Capable, flexible and still affordable. Despite a few quirks, this light has already been on multiple shoots with me, and it's done its job every time. And yes, rest in peace to the first unit Neewer sent me. We had a short but meaningful relationship. I've used this light as a key inside cars for interior shots and for lighting backgrounds in photo sessions. And that's really the takeaway. It's versatile, reliable and easy to work with. What can I say, it stays in my kit, and for its category I'd comfortably give it a solid A- tier rating. If you want to check it out, there's a link in the description, and if you have questions or want to see it compared to something else, let me know in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.